Welcome to the...
Ladies and gentlemen, everyone listening, this is AFK with Nina. Today we have none other than my flesh, my blood, my brother, Jonathan Bearded Blevins. Need I say more? We had a fan submission come in from April Seeley that just seemed perfect for this moment. April asked for an interview with your brother talking about growing up together, the fun times, the struggles, and well, here we are. Jonathan, are we just going to jump right in and talk about you punching me?
No, let's not. Let's just, you've already talked about the struggles.
So the good times then.
Yeah.
So strap in. Keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times because you are now tuned in to AFK with Ninja.
Welcome to the...
You know what's crazy, dude? I'm going to unlock you're probably going to unlock a bunch of memories for me because off the top of my head, it is very surprising, or is it, since you're the first one, that like you kind of went away from gaming before Chris and I.
I mean, how do we paint this picture?
I don't know.
You've got this memory of us as fighting as
we
kids.
did fight as kids and all the time.
We did, but like, no, I got 3 kids of my own, no more than mine do. Like, it's normal. And we got along way more than we fought. Like, way more. Like, dude, I was always sticking up for you guys, always picking you and Chris first in football, wanting to play Pokemon, wanting to play Madden.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then, yeah.
You never remember those things.
You know, dude, I'll never forget. Dude, we had the Halo. First off, all the times playing Halo 2 team doubles. Halo 3, right, when you were in college, and we were both in college, and we were still playing Halo 3 game battles. The Halo 2 double shot, if you double shotted, is hands down probably my favorite gaming story ever, though. For if we're talking like top tier brother story.
Yeah, let's tell it then, dude.
I mean, you tell it how you remember it.
Did you play on Anthony's Xbox, or do we already have 2 Xboxes at that point?
All right, I'm happy that your memory's on point. So we had 2 Xboxes at that point. I had to play on his like 20-inch tube television.
Yeah, you brought an Xbox over there, and because you did that, and I forget why we ended up doing that, but you did that, and then you could hear me talking, but you didn't have an extra microphone, so I couldn't hear you. No. Vice versa. You had the mic. You had the mic.
I took the mic over.
Yep. And so we're playing. We were good, bro. What was those levels? Level 50s? Like we're trying to grind. We're close to like 45, 50 the whole time.
Oh, you're trolling, dude. This is where I gotta reel you in, dude. This is Halo 2, bro. You couldn't get past like 35 or, you know.
Oh, so I'm thinking of 3.
Yeah. Without you were like cheating, you know, standbying for host or cheating, literally.
Yes. But we were playing really good players.
We were in our 30. I was like a 33 or a 34, and you were like a 30. So like that was pretty much where when we duoed, that was where we were pretty much stuck because we would eventually just match cheaters.
Yeah, what was that map called, dude?
We were playing Sanctuary, you troll. Sanctuary. So this is like OG Halo 2. This is going to take a trip down memory lane for those of you guys who don't know. Back in the day, Halo 2, 2v2 team doubles, it was up to 30. Not 25, which is 25 like everywhere else now. You could get maps where it wasn't BR start, which is like disgusting to think about. Especially if you got a map like Sanctuary, like literally spawning with an SMG, kill me. But it was BR start, Sanctuary 2v2. And it was our last game before going to dinner. I actually have this so perfectly memorized, it's crazy.
Where we go to dinner?
I don't know where we went to dinner.
Goldfish Grill.
Really?
I think it was.
Nah, you pulled that out.
No, I think it was.
Dude, but here's the best part too, is that Anthony, where my best friend's house that I was gaming at, we went to dinner with them. It was a Trinidad Blevins dinner, and we loaded in the map and we're playing against these guys, and their gamer tags look the exact same. It's identical.
Yeah,
right. It was like XI double. No. It was like II capital or lowercase II. Or was capitalized, I think. Double shot. II, and then the other guy's name was like LL, double shot LL, and then it looked perfectly though, right? So you couldn't tell the difference, and they both had double shots in their names. I'm assuming they were both using a modded controller because they were both like ranked 28.
And you could tell based on their little like symbols, like you could tell it was new. This is a new account for them, I think.
They were new accounts. They just wanted to mess around. And for those of you who don't know, I was a demon still at video games. I always was, always have been. And I carried 99% of our games because I was just
92.
amazing.
92.
I would say, okay, 92. We'll give it 92, JB. But John always had 20 assists. Allegedly.
Every team needs a Jason Kidd.
Allegedly, 20 assists. And these guys were double shotting. Literally, they had double shot, and both their gamer tags. And all they would do is double shot. For those of you guys who don't know, if you're listening, what is double shot? It was a glitch in Halo 2 where you shot your BR like twice in a second. So instead of one shot, it's two. And it was a really dope combination. Yeah, like anyways, these guys, it's all they were doing. It comes down to like 24-24. Because we were like hiding, we were playing it really safe. And time's running out, and John is in a 1v1 situation. And John, you can hear, and this again, John doesn't have a microphone. I do. And you can hear the sound of a double shot. You know what? It sounds different. The BR, the battle rifle, shoots faster. And I was very good at it, and John was trying to learn it. And it's like 25-25, time's running out. John, and I hear John in a 1v1 fight. I'm dead. And John's in a 1v1 fight. And I hear I hear the double shot sound, and I see in the kill feed that John killed a guy. And I couldn't talk to John, so I was like, John, double shot if you double shotted, dude. And he double shotted again. And we won, and we ended up winning the game off of that kill.
And you're just screaming.
I was screaming at the top of my lungs. It was one of the coolest moments. I was in Anthony's basement. I'm playing like a 20-inch tube TV, screaming. And I remember just like running home and just being like, God! It was like the sickest win ever. Oh, man, because John doesn't clutch a lot of those games up, dude. All right?
Listen, when you clutch 1 out of every 10, that one's real special.
You just need the one. 1 out of every 10, John, is generous.
1 out of every 5 these days.
In terms of maybe getting my card and revive me in Fortnite,
I'm good at it.
You are. Hey, you know what you're doing most of the time. Most of the time.
You know, you mentioned something interesting about like you, like I fell away from video games and you and Chris just didn't. You guys were. Yes, I had an angsty phase, but like I had fun going out with friends in high school, and like I loved playing soccer and like was always outside. And you guys really, really did just love playing video games. Like all your friends, you played games.
Yeah, we just played together. It was perfect, right? Like
that's
Anthony
what happened.
again.
That's what happened, though. That's like where the disconnect was. Like you literally chose gaming over your girlfriends in high school.
Correct,
and I didn't.
Correct. Here's a fun story. This isn't about our childhood, but I mean, I guess it kind of is. I think I was a junior, and I was dating. I don't want to say her last name, but I was dating Melissa, and she was such a sweet girl. She was so amazing. Truly, like honestly, when like in terms of like boyfriend girlfriend, like she was amazing. She was perfect. Yep. She wasn't too needy. She wanted to hang out like once a week, like after school. We texted, back and forth. It was chill, and I remember she texted me to hang out, and we were having. It was Friday through Monday was off, so it was like a 4-day weekend, and I brought over my Xbox, and Chris and Anthony had 2 PCs. So Chris was over, Anthony was over, I was over. And we're all in his room, and his room is like, we're basically hotboxing his room, but not with weed, with just like, the room was just so hot because we have like, back in the day, 3 consoles running basically. And we're playing Final Fantasy, and it's Friday night. And we've been playing all day. And she texts me, and she's like, hey, let's hang out. And I literally broke up with her because I wanted to just play Final Fantasy 11 for 4 days straight with my friends.
Did you actually?
And, yeah, 100%. That was like the night. I was like, should I like just break up with her? And I did.
Yeah. I just never did that.
Exactly. You were the guy who was just like, no, I'm gonna get over there. You know what I mean? You were a stud.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with like either one. But I feel like you're still kind of that way.
You're trolling, dude. I will choose Jess every time. All she has to do is ask.
Of course. But here's the thing. Jess is all in with you on it. That's why you guys work so well.
It's so perfect. She hates going out.
Like she knew what she was getting into. So when you guys are like flying somewhere and you're on the laptop, like she doesn't care.
Because she's on her Switch now and she's playing,
right,
Stardew Valley and Fae Farm and just.
So you narrowed your chances of like finding someone who was going to fit for you perfectly down to like 1%, and you found her.
That's how you do it. Take notes, everyone. That's
how
you do it.
I can't even like do work on my computer when we're flying.
That's all. I mean, sometimes
she's like, talk to me.
Yeah. Sometimes Jess will be like, talk to me but that's when she doesn't have a game to play, right? Like 9 times out of 10 when we're flying and traveling, Jess has a game to play. we're just chilling. But if we're not and there's no internet, she'll just scroll through her phone and look at old photos of our dogs. And then eventually she'll just be like, talk to me, which is fine. It's a sacrifice I am willing to take.
I love it.
Me too, man.
We're going AFK with Ninja. What's he gonna say?
I got a list of little topics here that I got in front of me, JB, to kind of help keep us on track and stuff. What is your earliest memory of me?
My earliest memory of you. Dude.
I know, dude, right? Like, you don't think about these things. I could talk more about that, but like meditating, it's actually really cool and scary sometimes.
Yeah, it's hard for me because I do feel like I have a really bad memory from like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like I feel like that's kind of all a blur for me in my life.
Yeah.
Like I barely remember my teachers' names.
It's probably because you were just so angry and that's why you were hitting Chris and I all the time.
It's not how it went down. And then I also I'm really bad with age. Like I forget how old you were. Like how old were you when you bit a hole in your tongue?
I was young. I was under, I think I was 10 or under. You were at soccer. It was you and Chris were at like a soccer tournament and mom was at home cleaning. And dad drove you guys. And I was like, and mom moved all the chairs into the living room and I was jumping back and forth, on top of the chairs while she was cleaning and she wasn't paying attention. And I tripped and, slammed my teeth through my tongue. That was crazy.
That was wild.
I still remember, dude,
those little weird hurts.
I still remember the blood was green. I'll never forget that.
That's impossible. There's no way.
It is impossible. It is impossible. But I remember.
That's what you remember?
I remember the blood was green. It was terrifying.
Part of me thinks I remember the story of you like ripping your cheek open on the puzzle thing, but then the other part of me is like, maybe that's just mom. So I'm trying to think of my first memory of you when you were a kid. And it's probably just any of those Christmas mornings at our house in Grays Lake. When like waking you and Chris up and all of us just sitting there, like I probably was 8 or 9 and that would make you like 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5. So you were young. So that's probably one of my earliest ones for sure. And like just having to like have you walk away from the presents. Like you can't open it yet, Tyler. You can't open it yet.
The worst,
you just have to wait.
That was when we were wearing like the dinosaur pajamas, right? The dinosaur onesie pajamas.
Yep. Yep. That was awesome.
I
have all these positive memories, dude. I have like all these crazy positive memories.
I do too, bro. I remember we were because Chris and I shared a room. I remember on Christmas nights, you would before we got like older, you would like sleep on the couch or on the floor in between our beds, like on Christmas night or Christmas Eve rather.
100%. Or those nights that like mom decided it was a good idea for us to all have a sleepover, and sometimes Did I always sleep on the floor? Did sometimes you sleep on the floor and I kicked you out of your bed?
Yeah, you would kick me out of the bed. I kind of loved sleeping on the floor. Our sleeping bags were dope. I love those blue sleeping bags. You remember those?
Yeah, you were in the middle, like right in between Chris and I was in your bed and Chris in his bed. And mom and dad with their friends over, bro, with the music just blaring. I mean, blaring.
Dude. But that's like, dude, I'm good with that. We were trained by our parents partying all the time to just like, I can sleep whenever.
Yeah. And those nights were unbelievable because we would just stay up until like 10 or 11 just laughing and laughing. And those were the nights that mom and dad didn't care because they were probably having drinks. So they never came up to check on us. So we were just having the time of our lives playing Pokemon way too late. Those are the days.
Take me back, dude. We had a great freaking childhood, man. I think it's safe to say that our childhood was we're very blessed, dude.
Mom, we really did have such a magical childhood. Dad, stud, great dad. But mom, dude, she created just magic for us in like all these weird, crazy ways. Like I believed in Santa until I was in 8th grade because of mom.
Yeah. I mean, bro, remember when you know what, dude, it's because she got us, dude. Like as you get older, you get more logical, right? And she would get more methodical with like her shit. Like I remember there used to be like snow footprints in the house and it was like, I think it was even like fake snow, but it still got me. And then I'll never forget like the grandmama, right? When like grandmama and her, or like grandma took us around in a little car ride around Grays Lake, like Christmas Eve. It was like the night before. And we come home and all the presents are under the tree. And she's like, Santa just came. You guys just missed him. And we were like, I was like, no effing way. And it really did feel so real all the time.
Yep. And that, by the way, that was the reason that happened. That was like 3 days actually before Christmas. And so we were all nervous that Santa wasn't going to know we were in Arizona visiting Nana and Papa. And so we were like, well, how is Santa going to know? And so then grandma with mom took us on that ride. And apparently, I think it was the Marciniacs or the Trinities went in and just put all the presents on the tree. We got home.
That's why, because we were all out. That's what got us, bro. We were all out.
Yep.
And like mom, dad, there was no one left in the house. But then we come home and all the presents are under the tree. Bro, that would get me as a 30-year-old.
Bro, that's so much work. And then when you ask mom, like, hey, is Santa real? And she says, sees faith and magic. I'm like, well, I believe in both those things. So, okay, I guess he's real.
Yeah. Genius. She was so smart. I'll never. You know what I remember? Here's a childhood memory, dude. I didn't like black out or just like, again, we're unlocking memories. This is called the unlocking memory segment of the podcast. I remember when we were in Arizona or we were in Georgia visiting grandma and grandma Joe, dude, I remember like laying on the floor middle of the night, like 8 o'clock, like the TV's on, just we're laying in, mainly in grandma and grandma Joe's. And so like they're watching on their two channels that they have right in that room.
Yep.
And like they're watching Jeopardy and we're all laid out, sprawled out behind the couch. All of our stuff's on there and we're like all laying down and we're all playing Pokemon. And I remember specifically, dude, just trying to catch like legendary Pokemon in like Pokemon Red and Blue. Like just throwing like 100 Pokeballs at Zapdos. Like literally, I don't know why I remember that. But I like for some reason when we were traveling, I guess it was because I was always playing Pokemon in general when we were traveling.
Yeah. Do you remember like we used to be so particular about who we picked we called it raising. Remember?
Yeah, we're gonna raise, dude.
Who's your starting lineup, bro? Who are you raising? And I stand by Rattata and Raticate is one of the most underrated Pokemon of all time. I destroyed you and Chris with him so often when teaching him different TMs. You guys are so annoyed. He's not good, John.
You'd use Hyper Fang, which would take half of your HP away every single time.
What a beast.
It's very good. It is a very Hyper Fang is
Dig.
actually Dig was annoying because we were too stupid to realize that you just use Fly, the same or whatever. Dig was terrible. Yeah, you were a little rat when it came to that stuff, dude.
I was good. I was the good gamer back then for the first few years.
Yeah, that went down quick, dude, when Halo 1 came out. Let me tell you that.
It is interesting, like the what you and I like about video games is so different, and Chris too. You and Chris are way more alike when it comes to that. But you looking for the legendaries, and Chris shiny hunting.
Yeah,
I never cared about that, dude.
I don't even remember. I don't remember Chris shiny hunting. I will say, you know what? And maybe I was stupid, but you know what? I never understood. It was so difficult to capture the dogs, the legendary dogs, Suicune, NT, and Raikou.
Yeah,
because like every time you would zone, actually, I guess I got really good at it because every time you would zone, they would move like across the world. So you basically just had to keep zoning in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out until eventually you got to a route where you checked and they were there, like paired up with you at the same time. But that one took me a really long time to remember and to figure out how to do. That was annoying.
Yep.
Dude, John, when did you know that I was better than the average gamer at video games?
Ooh, I love that question, man. Here's the thing.
Was it when you were punching me?
Why?
Yeah,
dude,
I'm kidding.
I'm gonna go punch you right now is what I'm gonna do.
Okay, I'll see you. Yeah, come all the way to Cali where I'm recording this one.
I have 2 core memories, dude, of knowing when you were really, really, really good, like way above average. The first is probably the first time that we had a massive LAN in our basement, and I don't really remember who was all there. I mean, I know V was there. I'm sure Tom was there, and Johnny, and some of my friends, maybe like
Tim Baines.
Burmester, Tim Baines. Yeah. So I remember there was like 8 of us. And you were probably the youngest, like you and V, and you were just literally better than everybody that was playing. like everybody. And so, and that was one of those. I don't think that day was the time that I would like punch you, but those were the days where I would like get so mad and drop the controller and go over and because it was just crazy. And then you would get it back and then you would still win.
Yep. Hey, dude.
And you talked trash too. Like you kind of, that's always been you, bro. Legit.
Oh my God, bro. Legit.
So dude. That one, but then the other one, and this is like that was probably the last time I ever was in the punching phase or mad at you for being good at video games because after that I was just smart.
Yeah. After Halo,
I wanted to be on my team.
Yep.
And then
that was also because Xbox Live, right?
That's my second memory. Xbox Live comes out. we're playing against other people around the country and you're just destroying all of them.
Yeah. And then I just had to anchor myself to you in doubles.
Yeah. And then there was a little more even back then, but then what really set you apart, what really set you apart, dude, was that night. This is one of my favorite nights of all time in our broship. I don't know where Chris was.
I think he was at a sleepover, dude.
Yeah. So I think he must have been, because I just remember it being you and me, and it was pretty late, like later than mom and dad would normally let us play. And we were playing, either duos or squads, whatever it was. And this one kid challenges you to a 1v1. And was it Guardian or Lockout?
I think it was Lockout, obviously, Halo 2.
Yeah, Lockout, Halo 2. And like the other three super bounced up, and you 1v1'd every single one of them and absolutely crapped on all of them.
Yeah.
And they saved their best for last. And I'm pretty sure you beat him by the most.
Trickster, dude, was his name.
Yeah. And that was like, then I was just like, dude, this guy, like, he's actually crazy.
Dude, that is, you can make a movie about that. I'm not kidding. That was one of my coolest memories of all time in Halo is that. I remember it. Like the guy, it was Trickster was his name. And we were originally duo partners, and then we tried to make an MLG Team Hardcore playlist, team. And then he like kicked me out for that squad. And then I like randomly, I remember I just joined his custom lobby, or he invited me and I joined his custom lobby, and they all super bounced out and just 1v1ing each and every one of his teammates, just shitting on all of them and then wrecking him in a 1v1 while they're all watching up top on Lockout. It was hilarious.
Did you have host?
I did not. No, I had to join. Host in Halo 2 was pretty important if it was a bad one, but
and you didn't have host. So I remember them like freaking out. Be like, it's on your host. How are you?
Warrior. Little host warrior, dude. Warrior.
Yeah.
Don't forget, that's an aptitude throwback. What's up?
I probably got another one, bro. That time that we went to that Halo Combine event where we lost the Goatees team because of me. I'm Pitt at 49-49 in like game 5.
Yeah.
But that tournament, you popped off. I mean, you were carrying, like, Mini Bike was decent. Pyro was decent. I was above average, but you were clearly the best.
Yeah. That was
and
like
every
my
game,
team like
you're
backed
popping
out
off.
or whatever. Yeah. I carried
You're
that.
Getting 40, 50 kills in the capture the flag games. You're getting 25, 30 kills in the out of 50 in Slayer. And we took them to game 5 or 7, whatever it was. And if we would have won, we would have.
I think it was just game 3, bro. Because at that point you're only playing best of 3s until you're in like the top 16. So, but it was game.
That would have gotten us. That would have gotten us to top 16.
Yeah, I mean, dude, that was
so 3.
I remember that Pit Slayer, dude. You dropped down. I remember you dropped down to Overshield and died.
Yep, 49-49, missed 4 shots. All I had to do is hit him once.
All you had to do was just live and let me get the win.
That's also true. But that was another memory, like another core memory of you being different than other people in that tournament. Like you and Miquin, I mean, statistically destroyed every other person in that entire tournament.
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
And immediately went from like where you were to like right after that tournament, dude. That's when you went pro.
Professional. We'd love to see it, dude. How has the total journey of our lives, I guess, shaped our relationship? That, I think we have a great relationship. It's obviously gotten even closer now, I think, because we're now in a sports show together. So we're talking every Wednesday and texting more. And also because we play Family Fortnite Fridays every Friday. Shocker, our entire lives growing up it was sports, playing sports together, basically, and gaming. And those are the two things that we're doing now.
Yeah. I mean, for me, bro, like my memory of our family growing up, obviously we're not perfect. We all had our things, like every family does. I really do feel like we had less drama than a lot of families, especially me, like working in the church for 15 years and just hearing what a bunch of families are going through. It's like, man, we had it good, dude. Like that, I think our dad was a great dad. Like I remember him showing up to the games, in a suit. Like he'd get off the plane and be at my game, even if it was the second half. And so like we just had a great life, and it was never perfect, but mom and dad did such a good job of always teaching us that we're going to love each other no matter what forever. Like no matter what, we're family. They instilled that in us hardcore. There was never any really big drama that ever happened that any of us ever thought at any point in our lives was going to be like, oh, this might be the last time that we're going to talk to our family.
Yeah. Yeah.
and that instilling that in like into us and throughout forever. And then also just the openness, like we've never been afraid to share our opinions ever. So even today we'll get into it if we talk politics or whatever, but we know that like I've never once thought, oh man, this could be the time, this crazy argument at dinner could be the time that we don't talk. And it's like, no, dude, we don't care. Like love is super thick. Blood is super thick. And so we're just going to, we know we love each other. And so because of that, we can trust each other and we can share anything. And so I feel like mom and dad instilled that in us forever. And it's just that, which is what, like you said, has just made us stronger as we go on.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I mean, being in God knows how many, political, random, topic debates and discussions we had at dinner, which we probably should just stop doing in general. But they happen all the time anyways. And like, there's not, you're right. There's not a thought in my mind ever that it's just like, yeah, I'm not talking to John or Chris tomorrow, or you know what I mean? Or even like something like so stupid like that. Like usually I'm over it, once we stand up and leave the table.
Yep.
And I don't even, and that's another thing too. I don't even remember having those conversations or anything like that with mom and dad growing up about like, that's how good of a job they did that no, we're not thinking about that. We don't think about running away or cutting one another out of each other's relationships or anything like that.
We spent a lot of time together, dude. Like mom and dad did a great job of that. We were always going on road trips, driving each other to and from soccer camps. Like we were always just in together. Yeah. And that's how
family dinners all the time.
Yep.
Your precious TV dinners. A lot of home cooked meals, dude. A lot of mac and cheese from mom's side.
A lot of Tyler get up here because mom didn't understand that you couldn't pause a live game.
That was the worst, dude.
It wasn't as bad as you think, by the way.
It was. I'm sitting down, dude. I'm comfortable. I just laid down. I'm playing FF on my laptop. I just got off stream. And then Jess is like, Tyler, can you take the trash out? I'm like, honey, I will take that trash out. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes goes by. Not even. A minute goes by. I hear the bag being like rolled up. You know what I mean? Like tied up. It's like, I'll just do it myself. Dude. And she doesn't do that often. But that's what it does.
5 minutes.
Dude, like mom took it as us disrespecting her. That was the thing. Right? And I think it's also a joke that men are like, I'll do it in a minute. And then they don't ever do it. Dude, first off, I knew that if I didn't do the chore that mom was asking, I get my ass beat. Like, so when she would be like, Tyler, can you bring the laundry downstairs? I'd be like, yes, mom, give me 5 minutes. I'll bring the laundry downstairs. And, she's like, pause your game. I'm like, I can't pause the game, mom.
24-24.
Literally, and if it was it's a game of inches, bro. When you're playing as competitively as I was back in the day. So I never wanted to put the controller down for like 5 seconds. Nope. And that's how long it would take. It would take like 30 seconds. Who knows? What if I fell down the stairs? Right? And now I'm like, now I lost the game 100%. Especially when the game always rested on my shoulders, dude.
Yeah. But I still think you remember that too. I think you remember that being more, you and mom both, a little too contentious. Like it really was, it was like a year and a half when you were like grinding and you were old enough to miss some dinners because you were,
that was my favorite.
Middle school.
That was my favorite. I was freaking in high school. I was a junior or senior and like, yeah, finally I could like miss a dinner and not get scolded,
Yeah, but it was not as many times as you think, as people joke about.
I don't know about that, man.
You know what I mean?
It felt pretty consistent, personally.
I feel like my memory is just perfect, and we should just trust everything I say.
That's crazy, bro, because literally at the start of this podcast, I asked, what was your earliest childhood memory of me? And you said, I don't have a good memory.
After like 12, I'm chilling, dude.
Oh, okay. So it's
after 12.
Okay. John, how am I as an uncle, dude, would you say? How was I and how am I?
Oh, I see you're already kind of setting a little story arc.
Yeah, I am, dude.
Tyler the Funkle.
Am I a Funkle? I'm kind of fun.
You are. I'll say this, bro. As someone who like doesn't really enjoy other people's kids, I didn't have huge expectations for you and Chris as uncles. I knew that Jess and Julia would just kill it as aunts. But I was pleasantly surprised at how involved you and Chris were at the birth of Caleb and Zachary, my two boys. Like you were there, you were visiting the hospital, wanting to hold them. That was really cool. It means a lot. And then they're like 1, 2 years old. They can't really do much, not talking. And you're just kind of like, whatever. Like, they're not going to remember me anyway. That's kind of like my attitude sometimes too. And I don't know what happened, Ty. Maybe you can share this. You and I had like a really cool moment of like a year ago at Vegas. We just had a lot of fun together. Just had a lot of fun. It was a really good weekend bonding time. Music playing all day long from bands we loved. And you just kind of have shared a little about how like you're really, life is short and you're really wanting to spend more time with family. And then like a month later or so, you and Jess came back for a scheduled month visit and ended up staying like 2 full months and saw me, everyone, our whole family, and my kids especially, like a bunch. And got all in, like went to their football game, went to their basketball game, talked about Pokemon cards, like listened to them when they wanted to talk forever about their cards. And I don't know what the switch was, but I never thought you and Chris were bad uncles. I just feel like now you're both just crushing it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the one we were young too. I remember that. Yeah, the who it was a Taking Back Sunday. It was after we saw Taking Back Sunday.
All American Rejects.
Was it All American Rejects?
Well, they played the last song, bro. It was like the most emotional song of all time.
Yeah, dude, I couldn't even see. I was crying so much. And we went back up to our little, suite that we had rented out, and even before that, like I just knew, I spent my entire life like not with the family when I was older, like 18 or older, I guess I would say. I was always trying to get out of things early. I was always trying to get out of dinner, to just literally play video games. And then eventually it became just to stream. And, after Fortnite blew up, 6 years later, well, I guess 5 years since I, made the decision I was just like, dude, all I'm going to do is just try to spend, I've put my time in, right, for my job and my life. I have so much money. I don't have to worry about that ever again unless I'm a complete, moron. But like, yeah, I just want to, like, the only thing I wanted to focus on after that is, make up for time lost, which was, just not being as involved in Caleb and Zachary's life, but also, not seeing mom and dad all the time or, visiting you guys and going. So yeah, I remember we stayed like 2 months and going to all those games. They were so much fun, dude. Well, I mean, there's nothing more entertaining than watching, a 9-year-old, a group of 9-year-olds try to play basketball.
Yeah, and it just means so much, man. Like the same way I remember feeling when mom and dad would be at every game is how the kids, probably feel when you or anyone in our family shows up and supports. And it doesn't have to be every time. But man, also just like the crazy special memory of, I think it was a winter break or something, when it was just Jody and I and the kids. We went and visited you guys for like a week in Destin. And it was like probably the best week of my kids' lives. I am a selfish vacationer. So when I'm with my kids, it doesn't feel like a vacation, even if I'm having fun. But that week, bro, we went on a dolphin cruise and like all these fun restaurants. My kids were just unbelievably well behaved because they were just loving the attention they were getting from everyone. That was a crazy, awesome week.
I would say they were perfect, except for when they were in the car ride.
Well, yeah, just like us when we were kids, man.
True.
Talk about you and Chris. You talk a lot about me punching you, but you don't talk a lot about the faces you make at me in order to get me to punch you. So
Chris,
no, you two. You would get Chris and I both in trouble and then smile and walk away and go play video games by yourself and take our time.
Yeah. That's because you guys sometimes you would play without me and, get shit on.
Got him.
I just had a bigger brain, dude. It's all, listen, It's understandable.
It's time for this or that.
This or that. You have to choose this or that. AFK.
All right, dude, John, let's finish up with some this or that. I could do this for like 5 hours. So we'll have another episode where we get more in depth about and some other things if you're ever free.
Of course.
But let's finish with some this or that, JB. This is very simple. You can answer as long as you want or as short as you want. Are you ready for our famous this or that segment?
I'm ready.
All right, dude. Florida or Chicago?
Florida, and it's not close.
Start assignments immediately or wait until the last minute?
I'm a last minute guy, bro. Always have been, and I work better under pressure, and that's why.
Is that what it is?
I'm 100%. Like when I was a kid, it was just dumb, and I usually just didn't turn it in. But like college, like in my career, when I travel and speak, all that stuff, like last minute, I am under the gun, and I'm better under pressure.
Wow, there he is, man. So you would say, like you're like Jared Goff, better under pressure.
100%. I mean, think of the plays you've seen me make in Fortnite together.
True.
Like, no, don't, bro, hear me out.
Oh, okay, you're being serious. Sorry.
Where you're dead. Like I have to make a play against people that are better than me when all I had to do was just help you shoot them at first.
Yeah.
Like I'm better under pressure.
So yeah,
dude.
you didn't have that pressure, and now, yeah, okay.
Wait till
I see
last
where we're
minute.
going with this. I love that. All right, interesting. Underestimated or overestimated?
Me? I mean, if this is about me, I'm underestimated.
For sure. And then I think I overestimate your skills.
You overestimate my skills, but what about me as a streamer? You think underestimated?
Oh, I think you're a great streamer.
Yeah, but underestimated, bro.
Oh yeah, you're an underestimated streamer. But like, here's the thing, dude.
Second place to Travels build tournament against pros.
You're such a troll, dude. I love that, and you're never gonna let me live that down, or anyone live that down for that matter.
That's right.
Congrats, great placing, dude. Loud neighbors or nosy neighbors?
Oh man.
This is actually a great one. You had to think about this. You were about to answer off the cuff.
I was gonna say loud for sure, and now I'm like, nah. Like with my kids go to bed at like 7, so I prefer nosy neighbors because they can be nosy all they want, but I'm not gonna tell them anything.
Right, and if you have nothing to hide, bro, then there's nothing to be nosy about.
Right.
Genius, dude. Toilet. Oh, here we go, dude. Toilet paper, John. Wiping over or under?
What does wiping over mean?
Like over, I guess.
Oh, toilet paper over under on the roll.
Sure.
So whether or not you're pulling on top or you're pulling underneath.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's
That
pivot
has
to
to
that.
be what it is. It's definitely not wiping.
Let's pivot. Yeah,
Everybody
I mean, there
wipes
are
under.
some people that under, over. Yeah.
Everybody wipes underneath. Anyway, the answer is over. The correct answer for the toilet paper roll is over.
I agree because you have to go. There's less room to travel when it's over, and when it's under,
You could get stuck and then it rips.
yeah, there he is, dude. I guess here's a follow-up question to that one. I'm sure that everyone wants to know. Are you a folder or a scruncher? Do you
I am a scruncher.
You're disgusting, and you've touched poop several times in your life, haven't you?
I have I don't know about several, but that's why you wash your hands.
No. John, that's why you completely pivot from the scrunching and you go to folding. Dude, that's disgusting, dude.
I mean,
who else?
listen,
I also
listen.
found out someone else was a scruncher in my life, and my life was ruined.
Scrunching, here's the thing. I also
Scrunching is
stand up.
unreliable,
I also
dude.
stand up when I wipe. So
John!
what?
All right,
I just always have.
I mean, sometimes I'll stand up, but then it's rare. It's a rare occasion.
have?
You just need to oh, okay. Okay, you
I
need
also
a bidet.
can't poop with my clothes on.
Dude, listen, there's nothing better. Listen, there's nothing. Okay, first off, there's nothing better than when you just sit down, unload in like 30 seconds and you're done skis. And a ghost wipe. Let's just talk about that.
Yep.
That's perfect. And your body's just like in and out, like it's nothing, like clockwork. That's how a healthy bowel movement is supposed to be for those listeners at home, by the way. But there's nothing worse than the hot, sweaty ones, bro, where you just like, dude, I can't have a single article of clothing touching me right now. I need to be full. I need to be back to my natural instinct, like caveman, just completely butt naked and just battling my demons.
Thank you for saying what I'm doing, standing like the caveman did while wiping, and just pooping naked is the right way to go.
Yeah. Now that you think about it more and more and more, it's actually weirder to poop half naked or to poop with your clothes on. If you think about that.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless you're in like a public place, like there's no really, good place for you to put your clothes and stuff like that. But at home, dude, your bathroom should be relatively clean. You should, Dude, you're changing my thought process. I'm gonna start I'm just gonna full strip down every time, dude. Just because, like, you know what I mean?
You'll be even faster if it's possible.
No, that's not, because it takes me longer to take my clothes on and off than it would for me to poop. I'm a freaking speed pooper, dude. All right, dude. Moving on, John. Instagram famous or infomercial famous?
Oh my gosh, can I say neither?
No.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You can say neither.
I mean, I think I'd say neither.
Gun to your head. You have to choose one though.
Instagram.
That's disgusting, bro. You wouldn't want to be the slap chop guy, dude.
No.
Even though I think he got arrested for hitting some hookers.
Yeah, no. Infomercials are like the worst kind of commercials now.
Hi, it's Vince with Slap Chop. Come on, dude.
Yeah, just no.
Sham wow.
I just saw one, dude. I just saw one. It's called like the
pillow one, right? The pillow guy?
No, the wand. Have you seen this wand?
Is it magic? Is it real?
It's a hair wand infomercial drain thing. I'm pulling up right here.
So look at this guy. Look at JB pulling up on the fly, Googling something, dude. You're made for podcasting, JB.
I know. I'm good at this, bro. Imagine. It's called the Drain Weasel.
The Drain Weasel. So Juan's not even in the...
No, Drain Weasel, bro. That's my nickname in college.
Excuse me? I've never heard of that, by the way.
And you
That's
just,
really
you
weird.
literally like, it's this cool looking thing and you put it all the way down into the drain and then it like attaches hair to it and then you pull all this hair up.
Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure that those exist. And I don't think that needed to be an infomercial. Okay. I already know the answer to this one. Phone in the bathroom, yes or no?
Oh, 100%. You know the story where Jody had to break the door down, right?
Oh, yeah, because you locked yourself into the bathroom.
Yeah, and then my phone was at 1% and it died, so I was sitting there with nothing to do. It was horrible.
That's incredible.
Oh,
so you went to the bathroom. So you went to the bathroom and got locked in your own bathroom.
Yeah.
And your phone died, so you couldn't text anybody. So you're just sitting there in your bathroom with nothing to do.
Yes. And well, Jody was home, and so after like she tried to take the hinges off and like everything was not working, she ended up having to kick the door down like a beast. If I was home alone, that would have been my only way out, but it wouldn't have kicked down. I would have had to kick through because the way the door goes, it only can be kicked down from the other side. So I'd had to like break it and like tear it off. It would have been crazy.
To be clear, John, I'm pretty sure you could have just like fell into the door.
Okay.
All right,
There we
dude.
go.
Last question of this or that, dude. Glizzytron or Megatron? I love this question, bro. You know the Glizzy guy, right?
Yeah.
On TikTok.
Yeah.
Which one, dude?
Megatron, bro.
There it is, dude.
Calvin Johnson, Darius Slay just said it was one of the best corners of all time, I think. Darius Slay just said that he's the best receiver ever.
Give it to him, dude. Give me Calvin Johnson back. He's got a couple more years left in him. You have 3 apps, JB. 3 apps on your phone, okay? Only ones you're allowed to have. 3 apps for the rest of your life. Right now. What are those apps?
Are you serious?
Gmail isn't one of them. Like, Safari isn't one of them.
Okay, so I can't pick like a practical like calendar app, right?
No. Download. You have to go to the App Store.
Okay. All right. I'll choose X.
Okay,
Twitter.
love that. Twitter. All right.
Because it is by far my favorite social media platform. And it is not close.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, bro. I need a second. Just make sure.
John, I don't have a second.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything, dude.
I'm kidding.
Okay. Right, here we go. So we got Twitter X 1.
Yep.
Give me Temp Pro 2. It is a Bluetooth barbecue thermometer that goes right into the phone, so I can check and see where the meat is at on the smoker.
Hey, that's dope.
Thank you. And 3, I don't care which one, but any type of app that allows me to listen to podcasts, so I can listen to isthisforkids.com.
Oh, dude, nice. I love that little self-plug of the Is This For Kids? That's your podcast where you and a couple other dads, right, talk about show if something is made for kids or not, right?
Yeah. A mom of 5 and me, a friend of mine from Stream. Yeah, it's just fun. And we talk about, helping parents out. Helping parents navigate all the crazy stuff that's out there.
And you can listen to that, by the way, on Spotify or Apple, iTunes, where you can also listen to AFK with Ninja. Love that.
Can you believe that my actual answer would have also been Pokemon Go?
Yeah, Pokemon Go has to be, dude.
I want to hear your answer. I know you have to poo, but I want to hear yours on that one.
Mine would probably be, I think I said like Spotify, TikTok, and DoorDash, or like Uber Eats.
If I said DoorDash, you would have roasted me for a year, so I left that one off.
Yeah, good call. All right, John. And this one's not on here, but this is going to be the last question, JB, and I have to go take a massive shit. I'm not kidding.
Okay, sick. Love that.
So, yeah, last question. First off, I love you very much. Thank you for coming on and help me out with this solo dolo duo episode, I guess. We ask all of our guests here, man, what does AFK mean to you? All right, and what do you do when you're AFK? And it could be as literal or as philosophical as you want, man. Like, what do you do when you're, when you put the game down, JB? What do you do? What do you love to do?
For me, AFK is where I get to focus on my absolute priorities in order of God, my faith, my family, my friends, and my responsibilities. But those first 3 of faith, family, and friends are huge. So when I'm away from the keyboard, you can almost guarantee that those are the 3 things that I'm trying to incorporate at all times, as well as some nice sleep in the evenings. Tyler, super proud of everything you're doing, bro. Love that you're entering the podcast space. An absolute honor and pleasure to be on here with you. Appreciate all you are, my friend, and good luck. See you soon and all the other things we're working on.
And there you have it, folks. We've reached the end of another epic AFK with Ninja episode. If you've enjoyed the journey thus far, please consider leaving a rating, review, and hitting that follow button. We have a ton of incredible guests coming your way, and I want you to be the first to know when a new episode drops. Until next time, catch you soon.